Okay, students, now we will read about the we are reading in the next lecture, previous lecture, sorry. Irreversible or reversible. Irreversible are those which can't be go back into the initial position. Okay, so we are reading again the irreversible from the next page. They can't be reversed means we can't go back into the initial position. New material always formed in the irreversible change means we get the new material always in the irreversible change because we can't go back into the its initial position. Best example like chocolate cake. We make the chocolate cake from the different ingredients. Now we don't go back into these ingredients because now we make the chocolate as a permanent. Many times these new materials are useful to us. Okay, heating can cause a irreversible change. For example, when we heat a raw egg to cook it, the cooked egg can't be changed back into a raw egg again. Means, for example, when we have a raw egg and when we cook the particular egg, and then the cooked egg can't be changed back into the raw egg. So it's best example this also raw egg change into the cooked egg. Okay, so heat can also cause a irreversible change. Burning example of irreversible change again. Burning and heating both cause the irreversible change. When we burn wood, we get the ash and smoke. We can't change the ash and smoke back again into the wood because now we burn the wood, we get the ash and smoke from the wood. Now we can't go back into the wood through the ash and the smoke. So this is the irreversible change. Now we read the reversible. A reversible change is the change that can be undo or reverse. It is temporary. It might change how a material look or feels, but it doesn't create new material. Its example is like when we melt the water, it's change into the, for example, when we have an ice cube and when we melt these ice cube, these will change into the water. Okay, now we can go back into the ice cube through the water. So its best example is also a reversible change because we can go back into the initial position. We read melting and freezing like is example of reversible change. For example, melted chocolate can be changed back into the solid chocolate by cooling. For example, when we kept a chocolate in a warm place, it's going to go for the melt, and when we then again kept into the freezer or in any cool place, then it again change into the solid chocolate. Okay, after that freezing is a reversible change. For example, when we can freeze orange juice make to ice lollies, these ice lollies can be changed back into the orange juice by keeping them out of the freezer. Okay, when we have now orange juice to make ice lollies, and when we kept these ice lollies outside from the freezer, then it will change into again juice. Okay, first of all they change into the solid, after that into the liquid. So by freezing and melting we do the reversible, but here we by heating and burning we do the irreversible changes. Okay, boiling, evaporating, condensing are all example of reversible changes. For example, if we could capture all the steam that is made when a kettle boils, we could turn back to the water by cooling. It means when we have now we capture all the steam when a kettle boils. Okay, and then we can turn back to the water by cooling it, and when we cool the bottle of bottle of the tea, then it change into the water. Or we can say when we have a kettle and in the kettle there is no water, and when we boil the kettle we have a steam outside, and when we cool that particular kettle we get the water again. Okay, so we can reverse the particular reaction through the boiling, evaporating and condensing. So in this we reading the irreversible changes. Irreversible means we can't go back into the initial position. So heating cause the irreversible change, burning cause the irreversible change. Reversible means we can change back into the initial position. Melting and freezing and boiling, evaporating, condensing can cause the reversible change. Okay, now how do some solid and gases dissolve in water? A solvent is a liquid that dissolves substance. Its best example like we have na water. Water is solvent, and when we kept sugar in it, sugar is solute, and they make the solution. Okay, a solvent is a liquid that dissolves substance. Means when we put a sugar into the water, and water act here solvent. Okay, and the substance that dissolve is called solute, means we dissolve the sugar in a water. Water is a solvent and the sugar is solute, and the mixture formed by the solvent and solute is called the solution, and when they mix together they form the solution. Okay, water is solvent, sugar is solute, and they make the solution. The component of a solution get mixed together completely. Now sugar and water, both these components of the particular substance will get mixed together, they form the solution. Substance that can dissolve in a particular solvent are referred to as soluble substance, means now they can completely dissolve into each other. We can say these are soluble substance. Substance that cannot be dissolved in a particular solvent are called insoluble, means when we kept anything inside the water, water act as the solvent and they can't be dissolved completely into each other, they are called insoluble substances. Some solid that dissolve in water are salt, sugar, and coffee. And when a solid dissolve in a liquid, the particle solid take up the empty space between the particle of the liquid. Means when we, for example, we have a sugar and sugar is solid and sugar take up that empty space of the water, so it can be completely dissolved in the water. So these are the soluble substances. Okay. The two things that affected the speed at which the solid dissolve are temperature and the size of the grains of the solid, means there two things are very much important that affect that the solid dissolve are the temperature and the size of grains of the solid, and what we have to mix in the water, their size and the temperature that affect the speed, means at which temperature we can dissolve the particular substance in a water. For example, when we heat the water and we also add the sugar inside that, then it's completely dissolved and fastly dissolved, its speed will be increased. Okay, and the size of sugar, when it's small, it's also having some effect. When the size of particular substance or sugar having more, it's also affect the speed of the dissolving power. Means when we have a, first of all, you will see here, when we have water, we boil it. Here we can't boil. And water here act as solvent, and we kept the sugar inside here, and we also kept the sugar inside here. Now we boil it, sugar fastly dissolve in it because we also giving some temperature, but here it takes some time. Okay, because here we don't give any temperature. Now take another, like we have a bigger size of sugar. Here we have a small size of sugar. Okay, so it take more time. It take less time because here the particle size, or we can say the size of grain of a solid is very small. Here the size of the grain of particular solid is very large. Okay, sugar which is made of fine particle will dissolve quickly, but bigger sugar particle will take longer time. I'll tell you that the bigger size of the sugar will take time, but smaller size of the sugar will take less time because it can easily dissolve. And also here we give the temperature to the container and it's easily dissolved, but here we can't give any temperature, it takes some time. Okay, solid usually dissolve faster and better in a hot water. This is because in hot water the particle of the water move away from each other and creating more space between them. Okay, so here we will see when we give the temperature here, the particles also the liquid, like liquid is water and water is act as solvent. So they create a more space between them. So they easily get dissolved with the solute. Solute is sugar or any other solid particles. So here they said this is because in hot water the particles of move away from each other and creating more space between them. Means when we having a hot water, the particles of the hot water are very, very far away from each other and they create a lot of space between them. So easily, if we put anything inside that hot water, they easily or very fastly rate, they will get a completely, we can say, mixture to each other. Okay. So here the water act as solvent, sugar act as solute, and they both become the solution. And so it's also depend upon the size of that sugar, that it's smaller size or larger size, and it's create their speed of the solvation. So also depend upon the temperature that we have now, hot water or cold water. So in the next, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide are some gases that can dissolve in water. Marine animal breathe in the oxygen dissolving in water. Okay, so these gases are also very at good rate dissolve in a water. You will see that if we see in many water bodies like marine water, marine means animals are those animals which live in water. Which live in water. Okay, so they will get the oxygen from the water because this oxygen will easily dissolve in water. Marine means animals are those animals which live in water. So they will take the oxygen inside the water also because oxygen will get easily dissolved in water.